Good morning, everybody. So, one of my big things lately is learning about China. Oh, my goodness. Learning about our buddies from China, okay? And I've been watching a lot of stuff. There's one video that I'm going to play, and these guys are phenomenal. The Real China Show. That's their channel, and I have learned so much about. In fact, America does not see China how they should, or at least the shills and the partisan people. They really point China to be this technological marvel and good to their people. So I can't even say it out loud. None of this is true, right? Let's just watch. Let's see what we got. It'll prove my point.
So things are getting out of control right now in China. There's massive unrest. There's tons of explosions and accidents these days. We're trying to figure out what's happening. In this particular case, this is a whole area of...
And these guys are phenomenal. They taught in China. They rode around the entire country on little motorcycles like that they built. So these ain't just dudes that are in front of a camera talking shit. They were there. They seen it. They lived there. The gentleman on the left... is with a Chinese woman. So they are very China-centric, but they don't shill for China.
Of what they call mansions.
Yes.
I just like to analyze these buildings. You have really all the stereotypes of a Chinese city here. You got blue glass. You got these very ugly buildings, but they cram them together to the point where they're just a safety hazard.
Of course. Well, I mean, if one catches fire, they all do, and there's no real proper fire escape scenarios in these kind of situations.
In
Imagine
fact, there's
that happening
usually
in
bars
America.
on the windows, which
You'd be
prevent
soon
people
to
from getting
oblivion.
out. Yes. Which is super grim, by the way. That's actually what's happened many, many times.
Oh yeah, we've got the footage we'd never show.
For sure. One thing I wanted to show, though, in terms of chaos, this is the theme of soft power today. It's like just absolute chaos.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's do another one. I don't want to rip off their whole show. They're phenomenal. Let's see. I actually saw this one. You get a little bit. Look at the devastation. All right, let's.
Yeah. Now this, guys, we're just giving you a little bit of an update. The Complaints and Petitions Bureau. I know you guys love this.
1984 thing.
Yeah. It's just inundated with crowds of people trying to get in. This is where you can go to the government to give your complaints. But now this is
go
something
to the
else.
government in person.
By the
to
way,
complain.
just so you know, you don't get your complaints answered.
No.
It's just the People's Republic of China sets up these, like, Orwellian facilities to be like, yes, you can't do anything locally about your issues. You didn't
Yes.
get paid. Your property caught
Property
on fire.
or it got seized,
Got
by,
seized
the
by
local
the government, right?
Yeah, local
So
government. Yeah.
you can, in the Constitution, you can go to Beijing and go to the Complaints Bureau. They'll literally
They
just
can't
say,
even say
get
it
out
without
of my
laughing.
face.
They'll say like, thanks for the complaint, bye, and then shred it.
And now you're on a list for being a complainant.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Here's one of these weird things. You know how we always see in Chinese propaganda and Chinese state media how much better China is than the USA. I mean, that's literally their message.
Yeah.
And they tell everybody in China, hey, America's...
I remember when Mitt Romney was debating and standing in front of everybody, and he said, Russia is not our biggest enemy. China is. And everybody laughed at him. Silly Mitt. Go be a Mormon elsewhere.
sucks. It's bad, it's terrible, all the time. But this is the Beijing American Embassy, or consulate, outside, and look at the queues. These are people waiting to get their visas to get into America.
Yeah, good
I
luck.
don't think anyone is waiting to get into China.
No.
No one's trying to immigrate to China.
I mean,
No one.
if you just look at that crowd, okay, it goes around the block, by the way.
Yeah.
Look
That's
how
been every day, by the way.
every single day. So I mean, this is just a random day from the 15th, so this week. or
The
whatever.
Chinese government's literally telling the whole
Random
world
Tuesday.
that nobody wants to come to America. Yet 30,000 illegal Chinese immigrants came across the border in a very short period of time. And
Yeah.
this is the legal line in one city
Yes.
of people trying to run away from their country.
It's the same in Guangzhou and
Yeah.
everywhere else there's a U.S. embassy. The lines are around the block every single day.
If America is so bad and China's such a utopia, then why are this many people leaving?
Again, it's one of those things like talk is cheap.
Yeah, talk is cheap.
And this is a case.
This is proof.
This is Chinese people voting with their feet.
Yes.
And if you go to the
Because
Chinese
they're not
consulate
allowed
where
to
you
vote.
apply for a
Also-
visa
They can't.
right now, you're not going to see a queue of Americans going around the block.
No. what would be the point of that? They can't move there.
No.
Right? There's nothing to do there. You're not upgrading your life.
No.
Right? These people are fleeing persecution, trying to find better economic opportunities because China's economy is in the dumps. And my favorite detail about this one little clip is this is just for America. This isn't Australia. This isn't the UK. Right. This isn't
Not
Canada.
Canada.
Guess what? Those lines are out the door
They're
too.
absolutely there too. It's insane. So again, when you see the shiny cities and like, oh, China's living in the future, why is it that so many people are trying to leave?
No.
Why is it that there isn't a line trying to go there? You always have to look at reality versus a narrative.
Yeah.
Anyway, wanted to show you that before we move on. Speaking of just random chaos, what is this? What is happening here? You got a little van here. It just starts exploding out of nowhere.
Oh. This. Yeah. I'm mostly impressed by how long this went. Like how many explosions were in this tiny little car.
I'm also impressed that the guy